So about 2 months ago, I made a video discussing some desk upgrades that are a must-have in your setup. Well, in those 2 months, I've managed to change a couple of things around, along with a few other upgrades that I feel like are worth mentioning if you plan to upgrade your desk setup anytime soon. Now, no desk upgrade is truly complete without proper lighting, which is why the first desk upgrade is a monitor light bar. This portion is also sponsored by BenQ, and they're also hosting a giveaway on their Instagram, which I'll discuss at the end of the video. I've talked about light bars in a couple of my past videos, but they really are one of those desk upgrades that you can't really ignore. Luckily, BenQ sent me over their ScreenBar Halo, a sleek, minimalistic monitor light bar that combines functionality and quality. The light bar was super well packaged and probably one of the coolest unboxing experiences I've ever had. In the box, you'll get the light bar itself, which by the way, also has a backlight, which I think is pretty dope. It'll also come with user manuals, 3 AAA batteries, and the coolest item in the box, a wireless controller. Setting it up was super simple, with the light bar only needing to be plugged into a USB port, and after that, just clipping it onto my monitor. The wireless controller is powered by the batteries that were in the box, and this allows you to control everything from the brightness to the temperature of the light. I'm honestly a huge fan of the wireless controller, and the wheel feels super seamless, allowing me to control everything a lot easier. The backlight is also adjustable, and you could choose to have it on or off, or both of them on at the same time, just depending on your preference. Now, if you have cables everywhere or find yourself not having enough outlets to power all your tech, then an outlet extender might be the perfect item for your desk. Granted, I don't have the most advanced setup, but I do have a couple of items that need to be plugged in, and I only have 2 outlets by my desk. So I got this outlet extender off of Amazon for relatively cheap, and it's allowed me to power all the things that I need to power, along with keeping all my cables super organized. A quick cable management tip is to make sure you buy an outlet extender that has a cord versus the ones that you plug directly into the wall. That way you're able to attach it to the bottom of your desk. I'd also recommend that you find an outlet extender that has USB-C and USB-A connections, which most of them do. That way you're able to plug in everything without having to worry about getting one of these. This next desk upgrade is one that I've recently switched out a couple of weeks ago, and it's my mouse pad. I've honestly went through about 3 different mouse pads in the span of a couple months, but I promise it was for a good reason. Prior, I was using a leather mouse pad, which, don't get me wrong, was amazing, but my biggest downside was the ability to move my mouse around. With leather mouse pads, it could be a bit difficult to get adjusted to the texture, and I found myself having to increase my DPI just to get back to a normal movement range for my mouse. Thankfully, this mouse pad from NZXT solved all the problems that I had with my leather one. It's made out of a nano knit fabric, and out the box, the mouse pad already felt super smooth and clean, and I mean, gliding my mouse across it literally takes 0 effort. I mean, come on, you know your mouse pad is smooth when you can do this with your mouse. Moving on to the next desk upgrade, it's gonna be a Vivo monitor arm. I've also talked about monitor arms in the past, and they're just one of those things that I would definitely get if I was to start from square one in my setup. The arm just allows you to mount your monitor while taking up way less space than those clunky stands that originally come with your monitor. I personally enjoy Vivo's monitor arms compared to other ones on the market since they're a bit less clunkier, only using a single desk mount with a sleeker finish. They also come with these little plastic cable managers that allows you to run cables along the arms, helping with cable management and creating a cleaner look. Now, the arm does take some getting used to when you're first adjusting it to your preference, but after a little bit of wiggling around, you should start to get the hang of it. Mounting your monitor also gives you extra room below it, which I've personally used to store my MacBook Pro and the BenQ wireless controller. All right, so finally, the last desk upgrade is having good lighting. I guess this can go hand in hand with the monitor light, but having proper lighting around your setup could be the difference between a good and amazing setup. Now, you don't have to go crazy with the lights. I've just personally attached a light strip to the back of my desk for a little bit of depth, and these Govee wall lights that helps bring my setup together. They're all paired into my Govee app, which just makes using and controlling them a whole lot easier. So that's all the desk upgrades that I feel like have made the biggest difference in my overall desk setup. I'll also, of course, leave the links to everything I've discussed down in the description, which feel free to check them out. Now, with the giveaway that BenQ is hosting that I mentioned earlier in the video, well, they'll be giving away a bunch of desk accessories and gear with a bunch of brands that they've partnered with. Now, if you want to enter, head over to their Instagram, which I've linked down in the description, along with more details about the giveaway and all the items up for grabs. I'd also encourage you guys to join BenQ's 2025 Dream Desk Setup campaign by sharing some of your dream desk setup items on your Instagram using the hashtag 2025 Dream Desk Setup. Well, that's all for this video. I appreciate you for tuning in. Stay blessed.